and material editor. So what I want to do is I want to just copy this material and paste it for this guy. So that's what I'm doing right here, as I'm just going to paste it here. I don't know why that window always keeps popping up, but yeah, I guess. Alright, so it already looks horrible. Let's try and put on the detail map that this rock has. So apparently right now it might be compiling or something, because it's just a TIFF. There it goes. And if you look closely, ladies and gentlemen, you can see some of the details in there already. In order to get more of those details, what we need to do is bump up this diffuse scale, or the bump scale, sorry. So if you look closer, you'll see more of those showing up in here. And I'm quite happy with this because like I know that I have a seam right here, and if you look closely you can see it, but it's actually not too bad. And of course you can bring up the diffuse scale even more to give it even more detail. And you don't want to go overboard with the bump scale, just because you know, from other angles it might look bad. But I mean, if you look at it right now, I would say it's not a terrible looking rock. Yeah, I think that the detail map is definitely it's definitely helping with it, because if it wasn't for that, if I was to bring the detail map bump scale down, oh, that looks horrendous. But yeah, if you bring that up, and I mean, if you can potentially go overboard with it, but that's a little bit too overboard. So so right now it's these are the values that I currently have. Let's see, it's the diffuse scale does help with it somewhat, but the bump map is what gives it that high polygon that we had look. So let's keep it at maybe around 4.2 or something. Alright, so I did mention that I don't want the whole rock, and see, this is part of what I was a little bit afraid of, is some of these lines here. Yeah. But then again, you know, that all that comes with practice, so you know, I guess you can use this for let's see if I move it. Let me move it over here because it was a little crammed over there. So I guess using this one particular rock, I could do some kind of work to make a cave-looking thing. thing. So, for example, you know, you can do something like that, and now this is just, you know, fooling around a little bit. It's not so I kind of looks like a cave. Let's just update the, where is it? Where do I have that? Update geometry for this. So I guess it looks, you know, half decent. You know, you see all those details in there. So this is what I was thinking about when I was saying that you could potentially use it for a cave or something. But enough of that tomfoolery here. So let's do the last thing that I mentioned that I was going to do, and do the Vertex Alpha. And this is you probably have to be a little bit careful with that, because for example, I have my rock, right, and you might want to use this to position it in, maybe like so, maybe like so, maybe like so, whatever. You might need to export different meshes if you want to use, if you want to be very particular with the moss, because once you paint the vertex, you only have that in that area. So let's do that. And so if we switch to select the object first, of course, you need to do that apparently, and go to Vertex Paint. So right now, actually let's switch back to object mode, and I want to remove this. I don't need it anymore. So again, like I said, let's switch to Vertex Paint, and I like to go to wireframe so that way I know exactly what I'm painting on. So let's call this position as the default, and I'm always a little bit confused as to what shows and what doesn't, but let's start by painting the bottom of this. So hopefully that will be the bottom, and this will where the moss is going to be at. Alright, just make sure you get everything painted in here like that. And those two. Just try not to miss anything. Just be careful you don't have a lot of jagged edges. For example, I have one here, so switch back to white and paint that vertex and this one down here like that. There we go. Now these are probably going to be the last things that you'll be able to see, because you'll be able to tweak this from the blend function, from the blend properties. Okay, switch to object mode. One thing that you need to know about this is that you got to go into here and rename this to be called alpha. Alright, so let's go to CryBlend and export to game, and we don't want to do materials anymore. Export. So let's go back in here, and yeah, this is what I was afraid of. If you take a look, I think I was thinking it in the I don't know why, but I kind of had it flipped. So right now it will have to be, I guess we'll have to flip the rock around. So there you go, and I can just do a little bit of tilting it like so a little bit. So then you have the bottom of the rock that's got some moss on it, the top that is clean, and if you go to, let's see, where is it? Material editor. There we go. Let's bring this back in here. And man, I wish I had a bigger monitor. Or, I mean, not that it would matter, but so let's play around with the blend factor and blend fall off. So if you were to like dumb this down a little bit, you see what happens. That looks pretty neat. And if you want to take it to extremes, you can do that as well. I kind of like to have the blend fall off be pretty low, so you get a little bit of kind of transition. So if you look closely, let's bring this down. That's a little too far down, but see how the areas where, because I'm also using a blending map, which is this. So if I was to remove that, you'll see that it all gets applied based just on that Vertex Paint. But that just looks kind of bad, so you want to have this in here. So now you give it a little bit more variety across the rock. And of course, you know, to complete the scene, where would we be without, if I can find it, hopefully it's this one. Yeah, I guess it is this one. You know, I just wanted to throw in a little bit of, you know, a little bit of vegetation or something around there. What I'm using, it's going to be, this is a texture from Megascans, but the let's see, where is it? The vegetation, terrain editor, level explorer. I thought I had it somewhere. I guess we can just open it. So these the free pack that was posted on the marketplace, that thing is just amazing. It just looks so good, and I'm extremely happy with it. I just really like how everything looks in that package. So some of these I'm definitely going to use. Hey, DJ. Alright, so there we go. We have some rocks now created. We did a little bit of level design, which, you know, let's call it level design. But yeah, so there it is. I guess I don't have, I need to do these. I didn't have any size variation in there, so that's why it's, you know, everything is the same size. So there we have it. There's that's another rock. Again, you can probably use some different textures on this, but I definitely love the detail map. That just adds in so much detail with very little cost. I mean, right now it's the same texture as let's see, where was the other two that I made last week? I think it was these guys here. So come on, let's go in here. Why is the camera moving so quickly? So these are all using the same texture, and I really like that. I mean, it's whoa, where'd you come from? Well, I guess you're here to stay. Yeah, so I'm definitely liking it. It's definitely pretty good. And now, as I was saying, you know, you can have this rock, and let's do a second one. So this one, we'll call this rock 3.1 or something like that. 3.1. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll rotate this around the x-axis by 1/8. Whoa, what's happened there? Let's rotate it like that, and let's go into Vertex Paint again and paint everything that we had. Just like so, painted everything back to its original color, and we'll kind of flip it around so we have, even if it's the same mesh, you know, we'll have two CFG, CGF. I'm always confused about that. in CryEngine, but you know, with differently applied moss, and you know, it's still the same rock. Yeah. But you know, that way you can easily do some more variation uh, without increasing the amount of texture you're serving to the video card. So there it is. I think that was pretty quick. And let's go back into object mode. This one already has that. So let's export this as well. And just the selected nodes. And Rock 3, export to game. So let's see if we can, instead of this one, because it looks just like the other ones, let's create an object and bring this one in. So again, I found that like that Britney Spears song. Um, Instead of placing black, I placed white, and yeah, so it turned out that way. So there we go. Slightly different rock, or I mean it's the same rock, but it's rotated. So there it is. One thing that I like using is from that what's the name of it? The Hey DJ, yes I am. I am. Yeah, I guess it's called On Your Own. So I'm getting some help with the C++ from the community, but when it comes to the art part, yeah, I'm using some assets from, you know, like especially the vegetation from other places, but everything else, yeah. So this is an asset that I like a lot. This cliff. I actually studied software engineering, so my day job is totally unrelated to this. I'm not even doing C++ at work, so it's it is what it is. Bills have to be paid. So, but yeah, this started as a hobby, so that's how I got into it. All right, so let me show you. Since I think I might have finished a little earlier than I was thinking that I might. Let me show you a little bit of something that I was working with, because I'd like to get this this cliff side thing here that, like I said, comes from that Humble Bundle pack. I'd like to get that. I'd like to get this to look like this and not use an extra texture that's not needed. So let's copy. Um, so let's copy this and let's select that. And go back to material editor. So there's our limestone cliff. So let's see which one exactly it's. I guess it's this one. So um, I guess I do have a backup for this. Maybe I don't. So let's just duplicate this to make sure that I have something. So let's paste it in here. One thing that we gotta be looking at is this. So tell you what I'll do is yeah, I'll just paste it in here. Let's just Let's just go nuts with this. There we go. Whoa, that looks terrible, right? So let's go back in here and actually, come on, where did you go? Let me save it first, because CryEngine has a tendency of crashing sometimes. So let's see, material editor. Oh, what's going on with you? All right, so let's apply our the limestone detail, because that's what we need. And that was, let's see, it's this one here. And let's copy this and paste it in instead of this. Paste. Alright, so there we go. We have a similar looking rock with but on this mesh, which is pretty cool, I think. So one thing that I need to do is apparently, from what I could tell, we might need to, if you go up real close, it gets a little dense. So we might need to. Oh man, this thing is annoying me. Hopefully they fix this Windows issues overlapping issue. Okay, so a big thing of this, you can do the tiling of this. So if we do, let's do a 10 and a 10. So when you do that, the diffuse will tile a lot more, which is good. But the detail map will still have the same tiling as before. So what you need to do is go in here, and on the tiling, this should be kind of the opposite. So it's going to be at 0.1. So there you go. And you can probably bring up the detail a little bit more. Now if we look again at this one, you'll see that the second diffuse map was it wasn't using a moss. So right now I'm using moss, which is more in line with what I wanted to have. So on the bottom of this, you will see that it's kind of mossy, and I think it looks pretty decent. And let's see if we can crank that up a little bit. There you go. And we might. Oh, that is terribly annoying. So let's see, maybe bring this down like so. The thing is, it looks like they did some Vertex Paint on the bottom of this, so which is good, So we have some we have a pretty neat looking you know, diffuse maps are, you know, the same one, which is nice. But I do think I want to try, and this might not work because of the detail map is going to be rotating as well. If you look at the way the not the cracks, but yeah, I guess it's the cracks in the rock, so they go kind of sideways, which is not bad, but I think I want to have them going vertical. So I would probably want to rotate this, fix rotation, and rotate it by 90 degrees. But this is what happens. The detail also rotates with it, so I don't really like that. So I guess we'll just keep it the way it is, like that. There you go. And of course, you know, just to fill the scene out some more, maybe we can throw in a couple of trees. Also, these are from that pack as well. I think if I still have them in here. I think I didn't really like the trees that much, and I might have removed them. So let's just bring them in from here, and let's see. Hopefully I can find them easy. Natural. Plants, I believe there are plants mixed. Sometimes I'm having such a hard time finding these things. let's see what the path is. MV plant, so it's on the ground. So ground, MV plants, and there was, I believe, not the hemlock. I can't remember what the name of um, the tree. I think I might have moved it into trees. Let's see, trees and these ones. There we go. So these are the trees that came with that package. So let's throw a couple of them in here, just to. It was a little bare. Maybe one of these guys right there. Oh, okay. So let's just update our geometry to get SVGI to do things that look neat, and there you have it. So rock's done. I'm quite happy how yeah, this is what I was talking about when it comes to seams. You don't want to run into that, and that was my first attempt at rocks, and well, it wasn't terrible, it wasn't good either. So um, I had to figure out some placement for these that would not highlight that ugly looking seam. So there you go. I think it looks like the rocks sort of belong. I mean, some of these maybe you can either make a little bigger or a little smaller, depending on what you want to do, and maybe rotate them around a little bit so it doesn't look exactly like the one next to it. And I guess that's where some experience comes into play, where you or you've actually made some rocks, not just like me. I've made 3 rocks and yay. So trying to get them to look a little different. And also on that, I mean, that's the advantage of some of these rounder rocks, because you can kind of flip them around easily. But I don't think they're as interesting as the other ones. So yeah, there you go. Those are some terrific looking grasses. All right, so yeah, that's what I basically did. Is just well, actually, once I end the stream, you'll be able to watch the stream. We started at 9, and we started from scratch, and we made these rocks. So these rocks, an hour and a half ago, were not there. So that's how long it took. And you can watch the stream and see the process from start to finish in actual real time. Hopefully you'll get an idea of what it took to make these. So that's pretty much it. Thank you all for stopping by. DJ, if you have any questions, just I think there's a link on Twitch to my Facebook or something like that. Just PM me. I'll try and help out. But that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next week. Probably we'll do some more sculpting. I'm kind of enjoying it. So we'll see if anything else comes up. But or if you guys have any suggestions, hey, I want to see how I don't know some headphones are made, or something like that. Shoot me a message. All right, everyone. My throat is sore right now from all this talking, I guess, and I'm gonna stop. So have a good beginning of the week, and we'll see you next week. Take care.